welcome everyone to the Collab.Land Co-op Town Hall, our fifth edition. That's exciting. We are joined today on the Collab.Land side by Anjali and James Young, both DAO officers of the Collab.Land Co-op, as well as co-founders of Abridge.io, the creator of Collab.Land. The mission of Collab.Land is to create and enable community tools that encourage pro-social activity, as well as enabling collaboration and positive community interactions. Anjali and James have been strong champions of this mission, and it's great to have them here. Additionally, I Speak Nerd is joining the panel today. He's an amazing Collab.Land Comms team member focused on security and education. So welcome. It's great having you guys here.
Thanks so much for having us. It's very fun to be here every Tuesday. And thank you so much for everybody who is joining in real time. I guess this is a good reminder that all of the town halls are available on YouTube, which is youtube.com/@Collab.Land, one word. So definitely check them out. And this is our fifth one already, Chibi. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and James Young here as well. I'm with Anjali.
Yay, welcome both.
Thank you so much for hosting always, Chibi. It's super fun and exciting to get to come on and talk about the new things that are happening.
Absolutely. It's great having you here. And I can see that we also have some members of the Collab.Land team in the audience. So thank you for joining today. Before we get started with the conversation, I would like to let everyone know that we're having a POAP for today, which will go live by the end of the call. And we're doing something different this time, which is super exciting. We are going to distribute this POAP by using the Collab.Land, the POAP Miniapp. So we're going to be claiming those within Discord, which is very exciting to me. So yeah, we will be sharing the details and instructions on how to claim the POAP later on in the call, but be ready. You don't need to have the POAP app installed in any mobile device. It's all going to be through Discord. So yeah, we will be sharing that with you later on. It's exciting. But yeah, with that, I think that we're good to start our conversation for today's town hall. And I would like to start our call by talking about our Collab.Land movies, Let's Form Group.xyz. And for that, I have one first question for Anjali. And that would be, what is Let's Form Group and who is featured in this week's episode?
Yeah, it's so exciting. So Let's Form Group is our 7-part short film documentary series produced by Collab.Land with filmmakers Adrian Butenhuis and Toby Campion. And it's very exciting where we every single week are dropping a different day in the life background, inside sneak peek to a project owner, a founder, to talk about, how they got where they are, what are they doing, what is the reason they're doing what they're doing, what inspires them about Web3, and a little bit about, focusing and highlighting their own culture. With Collab.Land, what we do is we enable communities to form. We enable communities to have relationships with their holders so they can create their own interesting culture. And so the real purpose of the Let's Form Group series is to highlight that culture that's being created. This is a very special time in history where crypto communities are in their very infancy, early days. And someday we believe somebody is going to be interested in seeing what this time was like. And so for us, being able to create these historical artifacts of early crypto communities was really meaningful and special. So that's what this series is about. I encourage everyone here in the audience, like if you are a fan, if you are a participant, if you're a believer in crypto communities, then share, like, share it with people outside of crypto. Really, we made this video series to share with people outside of the space. Of course, for us, it's a love letter to Web3, a love letter to crypto because of who we are and why we do what we do. But it's really, they're so beautiful on their own. They're so interesting on their own that we really wanted to make them consumable by non-crypto audiences. So asking everyone here, the 64 of you that are in the audience, thank you so much. Share them. If you like it, share it. This is our fourth. We have 7 in total. Maybe one of them or 2 of them reaches you. You feel something more for those. Share those. This is a real opportunity right now for all of us to take responsibility over the mainstream narrative. The mainstream narrative around crypto is hyper financialized. It's dog eat dog. It's full of scammers. There's just this general mainstream approach to crypto that we really need to fight, because that's not all of it. I'm not saying that's not any of it, but it's not all of it. There's such a richer picture here, of all the work that we're all doing together and experiences that we're having together. Like, those deserve an opportunity as well. Those stories deserve to be known as well. So, please watch the series. It's letsformgroup.xyz on our YouTube channel. That's where you're going to be able to see today's episode. And I think it's going to be coming up on Let's Form Group maybe by the afternoon, right, Candy? I'm going to throw this over to Candy for a second. But when does it usually get onto the Let's Form Group website?
It should be up by this afternoon, I would say, in the next couple hours. We've been in touch with the filmmakers and they are working on it.
Cool. So for now, everyone can watch it. Well, we're going to watch it together in a couple of minutes, which I'm super excited about. Probably my favorite moment of the town hall. But if you want to watch it right now on your own, go to our YouTube. Okay. The 4th episode, which premieres today, March 28th. If you can believe it, it's already the end of March of 2023. What is happening? Yeah. I feel like it literally just turned 2023. I don't know. I think this is what happens as you get older. Okay. So today, March 28th, our 4th episode is Rug Radio and Farouk Samad. So it's very exciting. If you're in the NFT space, you have heard of Farouk. You probably have seen Rug Radio Twitter Spaces happening. I think they have programming that happens every single day. They have a huge variety of different hosts. They have a lot of different focused events where they have like BIPOC events and LGBTQ events and all different types of events, which I think is so fun that they work on being inclusive, which is really an important part of Collab.Land as well. But that's going to be the episode. It's going to be Rug Radio and focusing on Farouk, the founder of Rug Radio. So I think Nerd, you are going to be helping us with that. But really quickly before I mention that, I will say every single Tuesday we share our movies together so we can all watch them together in our town hall. They're only between like 5 and 7 minutes. And so it's not too much time, but it's just something meaningful we get to do with all of you, which is share this moment together when we have the debut of our films. Okay, so Nerd, if you can help us moving forward with streaming of the video.
Awesome. World premiere. Let's go. I will be streaming this here in the stage channel, everybody, but if your stream is not working, it's not coming through for whatever reason, I will also post I will post a link directly to it in the stage chat as well. But that should be coming through now for everybody.
Thank you so much, Nerd. That was awesome. And, really, Farouk said a lot of the things that I was saying before we got started, which is like, this is an important time in culture. This is an important time in history. Like, let's take a moment to look around, to document it, to share our stories about it. You know, another thing about the Let's Form Group films is we really hope they inspire everyone out there and all project owners and founders and participants to tell their story of why they're here, how they got here, what have they been doing, how it's opened up their world. I can tell you for our team alone, like we have people working from all over the world, and that just wasn't possible before. You know, we're in meetings all the time, and crypto and Web3 being able to have the same economy, the same money, like it's really allowed us to coordinate at a level that's faster and deeper than ever before. So yeah, that was really fun. Thank you so much, Nerd.
Yeah, I always love sharing these videos. And I just, yeah, I wasn't involved in any of the production of these or anything, but like they're such good videos every time. I really love them. Always get super hyped. The music was super great on that one. We got a moment here. If you are interested in watching the films on your own, you can check all of them out on YouTube, all the released ones, and further on our YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch them as they come out there, and get other video updates there. And you can also check out the website at letsformgroup.xyz, and I'll drop all this in the chat as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, definitely check out letsformgroup.xyz if you want to, especially if you're sharing it with other people, right? People that are outside of crypto. I'd say that's a fun one. Let's Form Group, as you know, is kind of a meme on LFG. And so that's kind of a fun one to share our culture, share a little bit about, you know, what we're trying to do here, and share the videos. If you are a Collab.Land member, if you're involved in Web3, then subscribe to our YouTube, because that's where you're going to get all of our content, not just the Let's Form Group videos, but other announcements that we have, our town hall recordings, CTO office hour recordings, like all other informational videos about Collab.Land, you're going to be able to get on the YouTube. So we're using that as our hub.
Mhm.
So that was the first section. We're talking about the Let's Form Group series. Again, you know, please think of it as your personal call to action here to share it with somebody outside of crypto. Even that, if you can just share it with somebody outside of crypto, like if you can share it with one person outside of crypto, I think that would be really cool. Especially because it's important for us to not be in an echo chamber. You know, that's part of it. It's like we want to know how we're being received outside of the space, but we are all responsible for being ambassadors to the space as well.
Yeah, I think that with that, thank you, Nerd, for streaming. That was an awesome video, and thanks everyone for watching. And I think we're ready to jump to our next topic for today's town hall. And we have some exciting announcements here. So let's get started with it. And this would be the Collab.Land Marketplace. And for this, I have a couple of questions for both James and some for Candy as well. And the first one would be for James. What inspired the creation of this marketplace? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So my background is in gaming and also in mobile. So when I started in gaming, I worked at a company called Zynga, and I was a lead dev of a game. I helped launch Farmville. And so with that, that really opened my eyes in terms of third-party development. And I really attribute Facebook opening up its API to its growth and its success. And then from that, a few years later, I had my own mobile gaming studio, and we were focused on iOS apps. And then from there, I also understood the power of a marketplace. And those two specific examples and being able to be on the third-party developer side really stuck with me. And getting into Web3, and I think that even the video from Farouk shows that we can empower each other. And what I saw in terms of an opportunity with Collab.Land was we were the leaders. We invented this space called token gating. And you know, when we saw the field open up, and we did not realize this, to be honest, when we started, but we came to understand that token gating is a primitive. And what we could do is follow suit in terms of the Web 2 traditional way and raise more money, grow our centralized team, and then begin selling data. All of that is a very well-known path. And what we thought instead was, since we have such a huge lead, we have now almost crossing 50,000 token native communities that we serve on Telegram and Discord. And we have some more platform announcements that we will announce soon that are pretty big news. We know that this group, this kind of distribution, is going to be huge. So we said, instead of like trying to own most of the pie, can we actually give back to our to the people that actually use the network? So that's where the kind of marketplace idea came from, so that we can all share. And ultimately, it's this Web3 positive sum abundance mindset where we can all enjoy what we're building together, instead of having to directly compete in a zero-sum world. So we hope that, and the idea is that the more third-party developers build on top of Collab.Land, the more attractive Collab.Land will be because of the feature richness. And then from that, we'll attract more users, which will then attract more developers, because developers are going to go where the users are, right? As a developer, if you have an app or a dApp or a protocol, you spend so much time building. How do you market and how do you distribute? Are you going to buy Google AdWords? Are you going to buy Facebook ads? Those are kind of old school ways of reaching an audience. Whereas Collab.Land, if you think about it, we're filtered already for those that actually have communities that are token based. And so instead of having to as a developer reach out user by user, you can reach out community by community. Our largest communities, like in gaming, like Axie Infinity, at its peak had over 850,000 members in their Discord. So here you have this impact of being able to reach out to communities, which have their own distribution. So that's really where the idea of the marketplace came from. And ultimately, it's this: we can win together. For example, right now, if those that are in like the NFT communities, there's this issue with like royalties. Where's the market going to go? What's going to happen? We want Collab.Land to be the spot, the place where experiments are happening. We have these community admins that are talking with one another. We want to create a space where developers and community admins can talk with each other to try to figure this out. Really, with Collab.Land and this marketplace, it's strength in numbers. This is how we're going to figure it out collectively and together. And so you have the communities helping pitching in. We have a diverse set of third-party developers that we're cultivating that hopefully can pitch in. We have some exciting announcements coming soon where we're going to actually be working with the different Web 2 platform providers as well. And then along with that, we have sponsorship opportunities with different blockchains, L1s and L2s. So I think it's this collective mindset of being able to figure it out together. And this is what we want Collab.Land to become. Not just a place for token gating, not just a place that you can see different third-party developers building on the marketplace, but a central hub where this is where we'll be able to have the most active engagement. And really, that's the purpose of the DAO as well.
And just bringing everyone together, understanding that, like James said, we're not trying to solve this problem alone. Collab.Land from the first day has been a community project. We wouldn't be where we are right now without community input. And so now this next phase, the sustainability of communities, of crypto communities, like we're going to have to all take our piece of responsibility here, and Collab.Land's taking ours with this marketplace. Mm-hmm. And we want to try to foster a culture of working together to kind of take on this challenge together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you both so much. I always find it very interesting to know the origins of a project or an idea, and thank you so much for sharing this information. I'm sure it's very interesting for other people as well. And now I have another question for you guys, and that would be, how does the marketplace work and how can people give it a try?
That's a great question. The Collab.Land marketplace, we want it to be a home to a selection of community-forward mini apps to really help service tokenized communities that are built by third-party devs. And we want these apps to offer admins and project owners more customization and features for their tokenized communities. So we want this to be a place where community admins can explore new tools to customize their community experience.
And they can go there right now, right? Like, so we have the command center. That's the hub for the Collab.Land bot for community admins right now that are using Collab.Land. And so they can go to cc.collab.land. That's the community admin portal. And then there's a marketplace right there.
Awesome. And what are some of the fun mini apps that are available right now?
That's a great question too. We're really excited about these mini apps, and it really is laying the foundation for kind of the next cycle, which we believe is going to be identity and reputation. So right now you can install, for example, when it comes to identity and reputation, the Kudos app and send verifiable credentials to others in your community. And so there is an example where I was able to send Anjali a verifiable credential, and she's a mod in the Collab.Land Discord. Now she can take that verifiable credential and she can prove that I sent it to her because a verifiable credential uses the same underlying cryptography as blockchain. And then she could use it as kind of like a resume or recommendation if she wanted to be a mod in another Discord.
Yeah, what did it say? What did the kudos say? Like, what was the example?
The example was, I want to thank Anjali for being such a great moderator.
Yeah, so now I have that. I have a verifiable credential sent from you to me that says thank you for being a great moderator. And so now how would I share that? Like, what's the purpose of this now, me having it?
So this allows someone else that is looking for a moderator in their Discord to see that I, James, from Collab.Land, have given this verifiable credential. It's a verified signed message. It has no value from a blockchain perspective, but it uses the same cryptography of verification as a blockchain does. And so you can almost think of this as an off-chain recommendation that is verifiable, so that Anjali can now present that and get a recommendation for being a mod in another Discord.
Yeah, and I love that because part of what makes the blockchain so interesting and cryptography so interesting is the permissionlessness, right? Is like the lack of gatekeeping, which is ironic because it's Collab.Land, but the lack of gatekeeping in that I can share it with another group and say, I'd like to be a mod in your group and look at this verifiable credential I got from James Young, who runs Collab.Land. And now I don't need that for them to contact you directly.
That's right. And so this is an example of an app that empowers members of a community, but there are also other examples that benefit the community admin specifically. So for the community admins, we have this other app called Role Composition. Maybe I can let Candy explain this and give some examples because she has much more experience in being a mod than I do.
Oh boy, I am super excited about role composition actually. And this is one of, I think, the most frequent requests that we had from the community in terms of functionality that people have been hoping for with Collab.Land. So what role composition does is it lets you assign tiered roles based on ownership. And so this is nice because it allows freedom. You can use a combination of fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. So like I'm a part of the whale community, whale members, and so we have an ERC20 social token, and so you could assign, say, a role for the tokens as we do with either whales or dolphins, and then you could assign a role for if they've purchased any specific NFT as well from the whale vault. And if you have both of these roles, then you would get like a super whale role, for example. Or another example could be like what Board Ape Yacht Club did when they did the sewer passes, because they had the tiered sewer passes available on their website, where if you owned a Board Ape and one of the dogs, then you would get, the highest tier sewer pass. Otherwise, you'd have an ape or a mutant, and you could tier the NFTs in that case, but the role composition works the same way, where you can tier the roles based on the ownership of the assets. So, and it's not restricted to either fungible or non-fungible tokens. You can mix and match and really cater the experience to your specific community, which is so exciting. And being able to build, the exact specifications that you want is something that I know people have really been looking forward to. So now we have it, and this is definitely something to celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Candy. And I would like to bring another example of a POAP Miniapp that's available for the marketplace right now. And it's a very exciting one because we're going to give it a try today. And yeah, I would like to explain a little bit about how to use it and what people can do with it. And that would be the POAP Mini app. And yeah, the POAP Mini app, you can use it within your Discord to easily distribute POAPs to your community members using slash commands. So it's a very easy process. In order to set it up, you need to create an event on the POAP website, and then you add your event with a slash command by entering the event ID, the edit code, and then you will need to create a secret phrase. That's different. I guess it's worth clarifying. That's different from the POAP secret drop. Like this phrase, you will need to create in order to give to your community members. And yeah, that's how it works. By doing this, it will automatically import the links that will be provided to you when you create your POAP. And yeah, then it's all done within Discord. In order to claim the POAP, people will need to use a slash command called POAP claim, and then they will need to enter that secret word that you created, and you will provide to them. I will share a link here in case that you would like to read some more about our mini apps, their descriptions, and steps to use each one of them. But yeah, that's super exciting, and we will also be sharing later on this call about how to use it and what the secret word is to claim today's Town Hall POAP.
And my favorite thing about it, which is you don't have to play the ascending 0 to 1,000 game.
Oh my God. We've all been there.
Yeah. So being able to just claim a POAP through your Discord server based on events that you're having within the server, and not having to take everyone's attention away to do the 1 through or 0 to 1,000. That's awesome. Thanks so much, Chibi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can check out all of them in the command center. If you're a Discord mod, you can invite the Collab.Land bot and then go to cc.collab.land and check it out. If you're not a mod, and if you're very curious, you can actually start your own Discord server and then invite the bot and then go to cc.collab.land and then play around with all the mini apps that we have.
And these are just sorry, go ahead, Nerd.
I was just going to say, if you haven't been paying attention as well, there are a plethora of links in the chat for this channel right now here on the town hall, here in the stage chat. So if you just go through there, we have links to the command center, we have links to the explainer docs for all of the mini apps that we've talked about here. We have a video tutorial on YouTube, and we have just the docs for the marketplace as well. So check out the links in the chat, guys.
Thanks, Nerd.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you so much. And I do have one more question for you guys regarding the marketplace. And that would be, who is the marketplace targeted to?
Oh, that's a great question. Right now, it's directed to community admins so they can supercharge their Collab.Land bot safely without needing to add any new bots to their server.
Yeah, so that's super important. And again, it kind of goes back to our mission here, which is working together, all of us working together to create more engaged, thriving, sustainable communities. So that's right now, as of today, the Miniapp marketplace is directed toward community admins. And so we have 9 mini apps that are available right now, 3 of which we already discussed today, like verifiable credentials via Kudos, role composition, what Candy described with the tiered access and giving different roles to different people, maybe who own multiple assets within your server, and then the POAP Miniapp, which we're going to be using at the end of this town hall together. Okay, so that's what's available right now. Any community admins can go, any Collab.Land community admin can go and install these with just one click right now to supercharge their Collab.Land bot. Now, for the future, and here's a little bit of alpha, we're working on a member-facing Miniapp marketplace, which means that anyone who's a member of Collab.Land will be able to log into this Miniapp marketplace, and these will be mini apps that are directed toward the members themselves. And so they won't be limited to whether or not the community that you're in has installed it or not, but it's going to be a feature or a Collab.Land functionality that you get to take with you no matter what communities that you're in. Any Collab.Land communities that you're in, you get to take it with you. So I find that to be very empowering as a member, because maybe my community admin of Project X that I'm involved in doesn't necessarily want to add, or maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're not adding a feature that I'd like to see. Well, if it affects me directly, then now I'm going to be able to install it myself and take it with me in my little satchel, my Collab.Land member satchel, and from whichever Collab.Land communities that I'm in. Okay, and an example, just to give an example of what some of these member-facing mini apps would be, one is tipping. So now you want to, like James gave me a kudos, right? Thank you for being a great community mod. Well, maybe he wants to tip me some collab token. And he wants to say, along with this verifiable credential, now I want to give you some tokens, which I would say gladly yes. And so if he has installed the member-facing Collab.Land mini app for tipping, now whichever community and whichever Collab.Land community James travels in, he'll be able to tip other people. So that's very exciting. Another one that we're looking at is member profile. A lot of what we're trying to do is building up people's reputations within Web3 or crypto, and how can we help with that? Kudos is part of that. We want to help build up your reputation through Kudos, but another way you can do that is through a member profile. What communities are you in? What are your roles in those communities? If tipping, how much have you been tipped and who have you tipped? Like being able to share that publicly however you want with others is really exciting for us. Again, it all goes back into what are we trying to do here? Build up your reputation, build up your identity, and for you to have control over how you share it. So tipping and member profiles, keep an eye out for that. We're going to be working on that probably next quarter, but we wanted to give you, our town hall members, the alpha first.
Yeah, real quick, we're really excited about this next phase that we're getting in when it comes to identity and reputation, and mixing on-chain and off-chain, using the same cryptography to allow people to build up their own reputation in a way that they control. And we believe that this is super powerful and going to be mixed in. We have a lot of ideas. We can talk about them in the future that have to do with identity and augmentation with artificial intelligence. We can't disclose what we're working on now, but this is something that, just as Anjali was saying, and I want to echo it, this is going to be the foundation, I believe, and we believe as a team, for kind of the next cycle, right? Before it was NFTs and DeFi, we think like this next cycle is going to be about the next wave of Web3 social.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And speaking of ideas, I wanted to briefly mention too that we now have a Miniapp ideas forum. And I would like to invite everyone You can create posts with what you would like to see in the marketplace or features that would be maybe helpful to have in your community, anything that you feel like your community needs, or you can share mini app ideas that you already have. Or if you're a developer and are already working on a mini app, you can share it there and maybe ask for the community's feedback, or if there's, I don't know, if you need any assistance or if you would just like to share it, please feel free to do it in this forum. I just linked it in the stage channel, and I think it will be very fun, and I'm excited to read everyone's ideas and feedback, and please feel free to do so because that's how we do this. That's how we get to build together. So, yep, just wanted to briefly mention that and bring it to you all of your attention. And yeah, again, thanks, James. Thanks, Anjali and Candy, for talking about the marketplace. Very excited about it, and there's so many cool things coming soon. So, yeah, thank you. And with this, I think that we're good to talk about our next topic here in the town hall. And this is a very exciting topic as well. It's something that's been requested a lot, I feel, by our community and other communities as well. And for this, I would like to ask Anjali a question, and that is, what is multi-wallet support and when can we expect it?
Yeah, thanks, Chibi. Like Chibi mentioned, it's been requested from our communities. And I'll give you a little bit of a history right now, which is, as I've mentioned probably multiple times, Collab.Land is a community-led development project, and it has been from day one. And, when we first started with Collab.Land, it was a single token, ERC20. Do you have it? Do you not have it? And we used to send DMs to everybody who did like a bang join command. We'd send you a DM and you'd all work through this DM process. Well, over time, DMs became deprecated since DMs became a place where scammers were impersonating us. And so we removed DMs, and now it's best practices to not even accept DMs from anybody on Discord. In the same way, multi-wallet support has come out of the maturity of crypto, Web3, and safety guidelines. Having one wallet initially made sense. People had one wallet, they had one NFT wallet, or they had one wallet that they had all of their community tokens or whatever it was. But with time, with the scams that happened, all the security breaches, all the phishing that happens, well, now people are kind of like with the government and how there's FDIC insured with 250K each, and people are tempted to diversify their bank accounts. In the same way, diversification or of your wallets makes sense now. Having your certain wallets in or certain assets in certain wallets. And so you're not going to have all of your assets in one wallet anymore. And so like when we talked about role composition, where you have, maybe you have your Bored Ape in one wallet and your Mutant Ape in another wallet, but you want to get the role for like Ape Set. I don't know, I just made that up. But you want to have your role that needs both of those wallets to be connected. Well, this is what's grown out of the community as well. So now this need for multiple wallets has come up. We've heard it, and now we have it. And so starting next week, I want to say Monday, but it may push to Tuesday, but we're aiming for Monday as a team, making sure we have all the documentation ready and our comms team is ready. Starting next week, we are going to have multiple wallet support, which means if you've connected, you can connect as many wallets as you want to Collab.Land. And when you go to any new community to log in, you can just use all of those connected wallets. Now you don't have to pick one wallet to connect to. And I know there's so many people in this Discord server that need multi-wallet support. I am one of them. And so I'm very, like my DAO pass and my DAO tokens are in a separate wallet than my other NFTs. And so I need multiple wallet support as well. And with so many communities becoming DAOs and having fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens, more multi-wallet support is needed. And so that's coming out next week, which means you're going to be able to use all of the wallets that you've connected with Collab.Land, and you're going to be able to connect new wallets with Collab.Land, and also disconnect the ones that maybe you're not using anymore. So there's going to be all kinds of customization and flexibility around which wallets are connected with which communities. You are no longer limited to one. So that's coming next week.
So exciting. And yeah, I've really seen a lot of people asking for this. So this is big. And I'm truly excited to announce this as soon as it's ready for people to give it a try. And I'm sure it will be very helpful for a lot of people. So thank you, Anjali, for bringing it up. And yeah, everyone stay tuned to our announcements because we'll be sharing more information with you as soon as it's available. And now, Anjali, I have a different topic right now that I would like to bring up. And yeah, just very quick, would you like to talk a little bit about community sustainability?
Yes, and I'm going to keep this short because I see we only have 10 minutes left to our town hall. So I'm going to try to keep this really short. But I am working on an article talking about community sustainability. Something, I mean, if you've been listening to my podcast, I don't know. I spend a lot of time talking about this existential crisis. And James actually talked a little bit about it earlier, which is existential crisis that all of us are facing in NFT communities. And how do we attack it together? And so I'm putting together this article on the way that Collab.Land is approaching it. You know, and like I said, we talked about it with the marketplace and having community led governance moving forward, and how we're trying to encourage and support engagement within communities. Part of why we did this top 100 community drop is for communities themselves to have to engage with their own communities and their own members in order to come up with a proposal together to put to Collab.Land. So what we're trying to do, and you know, the issue that we're trying to help with is this community engagement. And how do we activate community engagement? Because communities are truly the way to mass adoption, and we've seen that with Collab.Land, and culture is what is going to guide us here. And culture comes through community. And so that's super important for us. And so I really want to encourage all of you to get involved in this conversation. So in the general chat and the community admin chat, like, you know, share your thoughts. Like, what is your community doing, or what are some ideas that you're having for increased engagement and increased motility within these communities? Fun is a huge part of it, and maybe Nerd can talk about it a little bit when we talk about mission, vision, values. But fun is such an important part of communities, and so let's talk about it together. You know, we mentioned a couple of mini apps that we have that we think are going to help, which are more like reputation building, like with kudos and with tipping and with you know, different things like that. The POAPs, right? These are all ways that you can build your reputation within crypto. So we're going to try to support on that end and also add fun. But if you have your own ideas, come and join us in general chat and in the community admin chat. Also, talking about community admins really quickly, community admins, please claim your role in the hashtag get-roles channel, grab your community admin role and join us in the community admin channel to talk about some of this stuff, because this is an issue that I 100% know that we're going to be able to attack together. I feel it in my bones. But it's not a situation that one of us is going to be able to handle on our own. You know, NFT marketplaces have taken away royalties, and we have to now think of creative ways that we can sustain our communities, which we can do it together, but it's going to take all of us. So please join the discussion about that. And an article by me is going to be coming out soon.
Thank you so much. And yeah, everyone stay tuned because we will be sharing that article as soon as it's available as well. If you would like to read some more about community sustainability. And thank you, Anjali, so much. And now a different topic that I would like to bring up. And for this, we have Nerd here in the panel with us. And that's Collab.Land mission, vision, and values. We would like to talk a little bit about that. And for this, I have a couple of questions for Nerd. The first one being, what does Collab.Land's mission, vision, and values consist of?
GM, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. Yeah, so the mission, vision, values is super important for any of these internet native organizations, these things that grow out of Discord servers and Telegram groups and become these communities that launch NFT projects, these things that launch ERC20 tokens, these things that we call DAOs. The mission, vision, value is super important for any of these organizations because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's kind of chaotic in here. It's kind of chaotic, and not just in here, but in like all of these spaces. It's like, wait, what's going on? What do I got to do? How do we do this? Who's going to do that? Okay, it's just chaotic. And so, like, in order to stay somewhat organized and allow individuals to use their creativity and allow the people at the edges, the people with the most context, to be able to have the freedom and the autonomy to make those decisions on those things, we need to have a strong mission. We need to know, hey, what the fuck are we doing? We're all trying to go north. So for us, what direction is north? What is the like 5 to 8 things that we think are the most important thing that we are going to do? What are those values for our community? And it's less important at right now at the initial moments because we're all kind of in this together. We kind of have somewhat of an agreement about what we're about. It's more important as we begin to onboard more and more and more folks, and we continue to grow. And it's something we can point back to and say, like, hey, this is what we value as an organization, as a DAO. And so that's what the idea with the mission, vision, and values, which we had two sessions talking about last week for people to participate in, and then we had some async discussion that was happening in the mission, vision, values channel, which I just linked in the chat. And I did some synthesizing over the weekend. Yes, I did some work over the weekend. And what we got here is this picture, which I shared in the chat for you guys to look at. And that word cloud is the values that people said were very important to them. We had things like community, equality, collaboration, sharing, privacy, decentralization, security. Like, these are good of the community, ownership, democracy. These are the things that came out of those discussions that people said. I did some synthesizing on those things. So we're narrowing it down to like our top 8. We've got like 15 runners right now. We need to narrow it down to our top 8, and I'll be posting a poll for that kind of discussion later on today, where people can vote on their top core values for the organization. And then we'll be putting it into a proposal as one of the first proposals that will be going through the voting process and being adopted by the DAO.
Sounds awesome. And where are people going to be able to find this poll?
That poll is going to be in the DAO General channel. It's not there right now. It's not there, but it will be there later on today. If I get it up before the end of this call, I will post a link to it in chat.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Nerd.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I think it's a good time right now to bring up our POAP secret word for people to claim, as we are really close to half the hour here. And so for everyone listening, we're going to use a very special type of distribution this time, and I will guide you through it. So in order to claim your POAP for today's town hall, you are going to be using a / command here on Discord. You don't need to go to the POAP app at all. In any channel of the Discord server, you can do it here on the stage. If you are already in this chat, you're going to write down / and you're going to write POAP, and then a drop down should appear with a couple of options. You're going to select or keep writing POAP claim. That's the / command that you're going to use to claim this POAP, and likely every POAP that we're having from now on for Discord events, we're going to be using this method. So again, that's / command. You're going to write / POAP claim, and Then you're going to see a little box saying claim phrase. And in there, you are going to write a secret word that is multi-wallet. All lowercase, there's no spaces in between. Again, that's multi-wallet. All lowercase, no spaces. And as soon as you have that, you will hit send, and it should give you a claim link for you to claim your POAP. I would like to mention that you can only use this command once, like it's only going to give you the link once. So if you don't grab your link, you can't use the command later on to retrieve it, because it's going to tell you that it seems like you already claimed your POAP. So you can only do it once. Again, that's /POAP claim, and in there you're going to write multi-wallet. That's the secret word to claim today's POAP. Please let us know if it worked. I think it's very easy to claim it within Discord without needing to go to the app and, again, as Anjali mentioned, to play this game where you have to click on all of the numbers in ascending order. That just takes a while to complete.
And I already did it. I already
yeah.
did it. I
Yes.
just was able to claim the POAP just through any Discord channel, which was super duper cool. So, good reminder, this is an app or a mini app that's available in the marketplace right now. And so if you're a community admin, or if you're a member in a community and you want to tell your community admin, hey, there's this cool POAP Collab.Land integration, go and grab it.
What was the phrase again?
Multi-wallet.
Multi-wallet.
No space, all lowercase.
Thank you.
Of course. Again, we need to ask everyone to please not share the secret phrase in any of the channels. Like, please don't write it anywhere, because that's against POAP policies. But if you need to hear it again, please let me know, and we can repeat it here in the stage. And I'm reading a lot of comments saying that it's done and it's easy, and that's just exciting. Thanks everyone for trying this with us. And yeah, we have just one more topic of conversation for today's town hall. I know that we already reached an hour, but yeah, if you would like to stay just to hear about an update about our top 100 communities, you're welcome to stay, and we appreciate everyone being here and listening to the town hall. So yeah, with that, I would like to again talk a little bit about our top 100 communities distribution. Just giving a quick update when it comes to our top 100 communities. And yeah, what's the latest news regarding our top 100 communities distribution process? So Collab.Land and FireEyes finished reviewing all of the proposals, and we already reached out to each community in their community proposal post here in our Discord, letting them know if their proposal was approved, if it needed any changes, or if there were no bugs and they need to resubmit their proposals. So for all of the proposals that were approved, they needed to follow some steps. They needed to confirm that their proposal was accurate, that there's no changes, to verify that their wallet can receive the tokens. And after doing that, which most of them have already completed, we proceeded to post their proposals in our Collab.Land mirror. I'm going to share a link with you guys real quick in case that you would like to read the approved proposals. You can do it in here. I just sent the link. That would be collabland.mirror.xyz. Thank you, nerd. And yeah, in there you can read all of the approved proposals, how their distribution is going to work. And yeah, the last step for these approved proposals, for these communities with approved proposals, is to send a tweet that has this mirror article in their official Twitters, just to verify that whole team is aware of this and that all of the information is accurate and legit. And there's been some of them that have already completed this step, but they have until the 30th to complete this last step to tweet out their proposals. And after that, the distribution to these communities will begin on the 31st. So that's when Collab.Land will start distributing the tokens to these top communities for them to then start distributing them within each one of their communities. So that's the latest updates. Just a couple of other notes that I would like to bring up would be that round 2 will begin on April 3rd. So that's next week, if I'm not mistaken. And with round 2, all of the communities that had go back proposals are going to be able to resubmit their proposals, and also communities that didn't submit their proposals during round 1, will be able to submit their proposals now, starting on April 3rd to April 10th. I'm going to share with you guys real quick an image that has the deadlines for you to take a look at them. And yeah, we would like to encourage everyone, if you notice that you are part of one of our top 100 communities that has not submitted their proposal, we encourage you to reach out to them and maybe tell them, hey, there's this round 2 beginning. We would like to be part of this. So please submit a proposal or we can work on that together. So yeah, we would encourage everyone to do that in order to have them submit their proposals starting round 2. And a last note here would be that all of the proposals need to be submitted before May 23rd. That's the date where the token claim will end. So that's the latest updates when it comes to our top 100 communities. I just shared some of the deadlines here in the stage channel. And wow, with that, I think that we're good to wrap things up. There's a couple more reminders.
Maybe I just want to add a little bit to the top 100 proposals. We've been what Chibi mentioned. We are publishing them all on Mirror, so it's Collab.Land, all one word, Collab.Land, COLLABLAND .mirror MIRROR.xyz, and you can see all of the proposals there. So as they get approved, the final step in order to get your top 100 community distribution is posting it on Twitter, talking about Collab.Land, saying you're proud to be a top 100 community, and then also naming how many tokens you're getting, and also publicly stating which wallet address your tokens are going. And so all of these top 100 communities that are getting a distribution, you're going to be able to see exactly how many tokens they're getting, and the communities are going to be able to see exactly which wallet address the tokens are going. I mean, that's really important. Transparency is really important. Community responsibility is important. Accountability to the community is important. You know, the reason we are doing this top 100 distribution is to activate communities so that communities themselves are going to be able to share the Collab.Land token with their own members and for different activities, right? And so the community themselves and the membership themselves being able to see which wallet it's going to is really important. So wanted to mention that. Keep an eye out on your favorite community that you're a member of on Twitter, and you'll be able to see them posting their tweet. And then also on this Friday, we're going to be having a special Mirror subscriber NFT coming out. So, you know, make sure you're following our Twitter for that. I'll mention it in there. And also, Chibi, I'll ask you if you could mention it in the Discord. That would be great.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Of course. And now some more reminders before we end the call. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have our second edition of CTO office hours in the Discord stage. That's going to happen at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, or let's see, 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. So you are all invited. to attend tomorrow's CTO office hours. Having a spotlight on security Twitter Spaces this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and that would be 10:30 a.m. Pacific. We would like to, again, invite everyone, and especially if there's any community admins that would like to join us as guests for these Twitter Spaces, please reach out because we will be talking about Discord security and best practices, and we would love to have you there. Again, that's this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also see these events, and they will be converted to your time zone in our events channel. So, feel free to take a look at those, and we hope to see you all in there. I see someone asking for the secret word again in the chat for the POAP. So let's repeat that real quick. Again, the secret word would be multi-wallet, all lowercase, there's no spaces. I'm not sure if spelling it works, but that would be MULTIWALLET, multi-wallet, all lowercase, no spaces.
Chibi, how long do people have to claim? Is there a time limit the way there is with the POAP app?
So we set it up to be available during today, all day today. So people will have some time to claim it. As long as you do it before the end of the day, Eastern time zone, it will be good to claim it.
Awesome, thank you. And that brings a question of, so like with the time limit, is that something that's customizable for the communities, or is that set by POAP? Like, how did you do it when you set up the POAP Collab.Land Miniapp?
That's a good question. So it is customizable, and you can select it when you create your POAP. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with the process, but there's going to be an expiry date option, and there you can select whenever you want it to expire. POAP usually recommends a month, but it depends on the kind of event. I think that if it's a live event, maybe for a couple of hours is fair, or maybe for a day. But you can decide what's best for your event, and you can set it up when you create the POAP. So that's on the POAP side, but you can decide what's best for you.
Awesome, thanks for that. I was just curious.
Of course. And I think that we're good to wrap things up. I guess lastly, again, if anyone would like to read and stay tuned to our latest updates, news, any exciting events that we're having, you can turn on your notifications for our announcements and events channels, or you can self-select the roles for these notifications in the Get Roles channel. And we will post anything, updates, exciting news related to Collab.Land in those channels. So just a quick reminder to stay tuned to those. And also lastly, we can talk a little bit about our town hall STEM proposal test. For this, I would like to ask Nerd if you would like to talk a little bit about that. I'm not sure if Nerd is
Did we
still
lose her?
I'm not sure.
I'm here.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you. The Town Hall's test drive proposal will be going out next week, starting on, I believe it's Tuesday, I believe. But we're test driving the proposal system through the DAO with a somewhat low stakes first proposal for things, and making sure that our tech is working correctly, and that'll be running through the Origami DAO proposal interface. which means we're going to be using that that site that you all signed a charter on to claim your tokens. You joined the DAO, you got your DAO pass, which got you your DAO access role, and we're going to be going back and using that site. What? Which is where all of our official proposals will be going through for DAO voting as time goes on. But we're doing a test drive of that next week. Stay tuned, everybody.
Super exciting.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Thank you, Nerd. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And yeah, come join our town halls on Tuesdays on a weekly basis to be up to date with what's going on with the project. We love to have you here, and thank you everyone so much for joining today. One last time, I see someone asking for the secret phrase again. AI Planet, I believe, or Owl Planet. And yeah, the secret phrase to claim the POAP for today would be multi-wallet. It's all lowercase. I'm not sure if you heard the part where we explained how to claim it, but I can mention that real quick as well. We're using a / command for this POAP claim, which is very exciting for us. And so yeah, you can write / POAP claim, and then it will ask you for a claim phrase that's going to be multi-wallet. You're going to write that down, then hit enter, and then you should be able to claim your POAP with the link provided by the bot. Please let us know if it works. And yeah, thank you, Anjali. Thanks, James. Thanks, Candy and Nerd, and everyone in the audience for joining today. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, and see you next week. A lot of fun stuff happening for the rest of the week, and I'm not going to get to talk to any of you until then, but tomorrow we have CTO office hours. This is a quick reminder. The next day we have Spotlight on Security on Thursday, and then on Friday we have the special Mirror subscriber NFT coming out. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. Gosh, it's already Tuesday. And then starting next week, we have multi-wallet support coming out. And we also have the test drive for our very first DAO proposal coming out. So everyone stay tuned. Thank you so much. 58 of you have lasted for an hour and 17 minutes. I really just want to show my utmost gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much. It means a lot for you participating in Town Hall. And we just appreciate you. So thanks so much.
Thank you for hosting, Chibi. Thanks for letting us come together and share all the awesome stuff we've been working on. Thank you all for coming and listening.